G'day guys, my name's Josh. You can call me Jawoodle, and welcome back once again to 7 Days to Die Alpha 17.1, the brand new update, the B8 build, and I am back in Jawoodle Park. I've been told from now on I have to always refer to it as Jawoodle Park because it is on the big gate over there, and I'm not just calling it my testing world anymore. It now has a name, Jawoodle Park, and I am back in Jawoodle Park because there are more things to be built, and more things to be tested, and more things to be done. And the reason I'm back in here today is, as you can tell, I've built a lot of things on top of the ground. There's a lot of buildings, a lot of high, there's some really high buildings, depending on where you're looking. Everything I have built has been on top of the surface, but people have been asking me to try and build something below the surface, something that is underground with the new digging zombies that can handle a horde coming and trying to find me down in the depths of the world. So I cleared out all this space over here, and then I realized I probably didn't need to clear the space because I'm going underneath the ground, but you know, whatever. It's all cleared out. This is where I'm going to build my underground bunker at the end of this road because it seemed like the right kind of place. So I guess I'll just have to dig like a really big hole, just like straight down there, just dig down to the bottom. Yeah, okay. This is going to take a while to dig it out. I've got some ideas about how I'm going to not only dig the hole and like have protection, but also handle the zombies when they do manage to get down there, and if they burrow straight down on top, if I'll be able to manage it too as well, be able to manage that as well. God, I'm tripping over my own tongue. I always seem to do that these days. But yeah, I have to dig a really big hole and then start building my base inside that hole. It's like a burrow. I feel like a wombat. See, there's the thing I'm scared about, the cave-ins. Like, if I'm digging down all the way down, I'm trying to make a cavity underneath the sand. I mean, I could build this in, like, the wooded area where there's not, you know, sand on top and it actually has some stability to it. But then it wouldn't be part of Jawoodle Park, and that just isn't okay. You've got to keep everything together. I need to have this whole world, like, as a testament to all the testing that I've done over the time. This one is going to keep going down. You can hear stone. Eventually, at some point, I'll either hit some ground I can put a hole, like a cavity into, or I'm just going to have to put a whole layer of concrete on the top and put sand on top of that. Because I've got to make it look like it's part of the natural world. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I think I've hit sandstone. Okay, we're good. We've finally found some solid ground. So for the entryway, I've got a nice, relatively smooth entry through here with some iron metal sheets. So rather than plates, if you type in sheet, you can get iron sheets, which are like paper thin, but still relatively strong. So I've got some sheets up there, and I'm going to make it out of wedges rather than just ramps, so I don't fuck it up too much with my bike. All the way... Okay, maybe not exactly there. Can I get some support here, please? There we go, like that. Yeah, I'm gonna make it out of wedges all the way down so that I can take my bike or my Jeep or whatever I want to bring all the way in and all the way out without causing too much damage to the surrounding area. Just like that. Look at that. Nice and smooth. It's going to be a very, very long ramp because it is pretty shallow of an angle. But eventually, one day, I might make it all the way down into the rock down below. This is going to take ages. This is going to be a big build. It's just the entryway. Turns out my original guess on where the ramp would actually end up was completely wrong. It turns out it's much easier just to build it by sticking things onto the end of it. Like you can just build easy, quick, like just like that. You can attach things to it and it will delete the sand and put that one in instead, which makes life a whole lot easier when you're trying to dig down into the depths of the earth. In A16, I did make my base in one of these things, like in one of the caves, and that served me actually really well, but that was when the zombies would just walk over the top and I wouldn't need to worry about it. Like, they could detect me, but then they wouldn't actually try to burrow down to me. But now that they can, I figure rather than going into that with a very thin roof, I'm going to go all the way down here, because then look at all the space I've got between the roof of the world and me all the way down here. And, oh, actually, I'm wanting to go a bit deeper. I mean, how deep should I go? I don't know. Oh, this is just the entryway. Maybe I could do the actual base, like, further down into the ground. I feel like this is very quickly turning into one of those episodes where I, like, dig and build for, like, 3 hours and don't actually show much of what is actually going on. Or maybe I'll make this like a 2 or maybe even a 3-parter. Maybe I'll go through and I'll actually like show all the parts of this, because actually that's probably a good idea for something like this. It's very highly requested to build an underground base, and I feel like I wouldn't be doing the people who've asked for it justice if I just went through and, you know, built it off screen and just kind of showed the stages. That doesn't seem like a good thing to do at all. That's taking too much of the roof off. So I need to check to make sure that the roof down here is high enough to fit a 4x4 in. So I'll just grab you, we're gonna go like this, and just easy does it, slow it down, oh, straight in. Look at that, there's plenty of room between, I don't want it to turn actually. There's plenty of room between the ceiling and the car, so I can probably put in just like another layer of like steel or something as support. Oh, the bottom's a bit rough. It bottoms out a little bit when you get to the bottom, that's really annoying. I can't make that any smoother. Maybe I need to put some like plates down or something down the middle to just kind of lessen the angle that you hit it with. I'm not sure. That sucks though. If that's gonna be a nuisance, then I mean, if that's gonna be a problem, that's gonna be a nuisance. God, I can almost English just a little bit. I can barely even Australian. I've moved the 4x4 into the tunnel so I can get the perfect headspace that I need. Like if I come in with too little clearance and bang my lights on the top of the tunnel, that would be bad. But at the same time, if I came in with too much clearance, and it just looks sloppy. No one likes a big gaping hole in the ground. Sometimes you look to make it nice and neat and make sure it's a nice little fit for your cars and shit. And that's about perfect all the way along. Don't need to be any taller than that, so I can just build the roof all the way up, and then when I get to the top I can like fix it up, put some like sandstone over the top or whatever, make it. Why can't I place you here? Oh, is it because the bloody thing's in the way? Okay, let me just move that out of the way. There we go. Oh, okay. No. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, well, you just stay down there. I don't really need you so much anymore. Please don't destroy anything down there. Now that I know the height, I can just build the rest of the tunnel. Look at that. That is as close to a piece of art that I've ever done, ever. That works out so well. I mean, it kind of looks a little bit obtrusive right now. That's why I haven't finished the top just yet. But let's test it out with the truck. Let's get this and just go like here. Thank you very much. Turn off God mode because I don't want to accidentally glitch through the world and fly away into the nether regions of the map. Here we go. Alright. Easy does it. You don't need to barrel it into the tunnel. Slow. Perfect. Let's roll down to the garage. Take the bottom slowly. Up. Oh, I still did some damage. I don't know how to make that better. I don't know how to make that so I don't just like dig my front end spikes straight into the ground at the bottom. I mean, the anti-zombie grill is great. Listen, I like this. I like this a lot. But if I'm trying to get down the smallest like slope in the game, this is the lowest angle you can possibly get. It's like 30 degrees. I'm still digging my spikes into the game. Look, I'm still doing damage. I don't want to do that. You know what? That is a problem for later Josh, because current Josh, as in me, has to figure out a way to make like a garage down here. I can't just leave my Jeep sitting in the middle here for two reasons. One is that if I want to take a different kind of car or a bike or something, it's going to be right in the way. And two, because if the zombie horde comes rolling down my pathway here and finds my precious Jeep at the end, they'll destroy it, and then you can't lose your dream car. You work so hard to, you polish the rims, you clean off all the blood and guts from the grill on the front, you try and make sure that there's no rust and germs and all the other shit that like degrades cars on the front. But for resale value, what happens if I want to sell it to Trader Bob over there, or I run into some random dude in the wasteland? I'm like, hey, I will sell you my car for like a drink of water, depending on how desperate I am. And he's like, nah, mate, sorry, you can thirst to death because it's got some zombie brains on the front of it there. So you need to make sure that it's protected from any sort of zombie hordes that might come rolling through. So it's going to destroy a bit more of the ground here. I'm deep enough now that I don't have to worry about cave-ins. I mean, what? I'm like 10 blocks deep. Actually, that's something I should show before I get too far past it. I should probably show the actual dimensions of this tunnel here. So if you want to build one, you know how deep to make the tunnel. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blocks tall. So each layer of ramp goes 5 by 2. So that's how you stagger it down. But that is the height of the path that you need to make. There you go. Look, I'm actually giving you useful information rather than just getting thoroughly distracted like I usually do. So here's what I'm thinking at the moment, and if you think you figured it out, well then congratulations, because you figured it out faster than I did, because I only just came up with this idea just then. I'm going to go 2 reinforced drawbridges, and I'm going to put them like nose to nose, one like that, and one like that. Boom, right there. Perfect. So then I can have, like, this is my ramp, will come down, I'll put some doors on like either side so they have a frame around them, just something like there. Just kind of around the outside so that I can protect myself from things going where I don't want them to. And also for aesthetics, you know, sometimes you just gotta make things look nice. You can't have a base in the middle of the earth and have it look like shit. This is not a puddle, this is not a hole, this is a base. So I'm going to have these here, and then like over this side and through here, I'm going to have my garage full of cars and bikes and mini bikes and all sorts of lovely things. But then underneath this, maybe not underneath this. I was going to have like all my anti-zombie measures underneath the drawbridge, but now that I think about it, I kind of don't need to, because I'll put the drawbridge up like that. Not only does it go through the top of the wall, but that's okay, whatever. Let's not talk about that. Ask me no questions, tell me no lies. They can't get through here. That's a solid wall. So maybe I should put like the anti-zombie measures over to the side. Oh, that changes my whole base design. I was gonna have something like, you know, you come down through here, drive through here, and then over, like, down this way, over through here on the other side of the garage. Down here is where I'd actually have my base. But maybe that's not the right option. Maybe I can do better. Maybe I need to think outside the box, outside the tunnel, and get something better going on. Yeah, okay, let's figure this out. Before I actually commit to building my base in a certain spot, I spawned a bunch of Arlenes up here because Arlene is my standard go-to tester. And I'm gonna put my camera about here so I can see just about everything right there we go, just like that. I'm gonna get out of my skin, out of body experience, and go all the way down here and stand on my drawbridge. Then if I turn the AI back on and I shoot my gun, okay, so they got their attention and they're not going through. Okay, so that's what I wanted to see, if they would try and tunnel down to me. There you go, come on, what about if I stand like over here? Hello, what if, over here, see me, get over here, there we go. I was worried they were going to start tunneling down, so I wanted to make sure that I could actually, you know, get their attention down here if the worst was to happen, or if like a blood moon happened or something like that, and they would still try and take the path down instead of trying to dig down to me. But they're not digging. They're not digging at all, they're just kind of standing there like idiots. I don't know. So if I stand here, they want every part of me. If I stand over here, then they don't. They go the long way around. I don't know. I don't know what the right option here is. You know, I'm going to kill all, and then I'm going to try this again with some more. Sorry, Arlene, but your lives aren't worth anything to me. Let's try this again, but this time I'm going to stand right on the edge of the concrete here, not on the drawbridge, because maybe there's something to do with the pathing on the drawbridge that I don't like. I'm not sure, but either way, boom, here we go. I'll put them further back towards the back of the base than the entryway to make sure they have to run past me to get to the entrance, and they're stopped there again. They just keep stopping there. They're not digging, but they're not coming down either. Ah, damn it. Maybe we need to put some more, like, steel on top of the roof or something to make it, like, a longer, like, harder way for them to get down there so they don't just get stuck up there. Or, actually, you know what? You know what's a more foolproof way to do this? Let's turn the AI off, kill the Arlenes again, and we're just going to go and make ourselves a blood moon horde and see if I can survive one of those. Here we go. Let's go day 14, and we're going to go all the way to nighttime about, oh, whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect, but let's turn the speed up a little bit so it happens a bit faster. And there it is. It is now the day 14 horde. Turn the speed back down so it doesn't go over too quickly. Alright, let's see what happens. You can see myself down there with my headlights spinning around. Where are the zombies? Please come and find me, zombies. Please come down here and try and get me in the bottom of my basement. Is there anyone coming? I hear someone. I'm just waiting. Just gotta wait until I see the sun's going down through the ground. Oh, there they are. There's the first couple coming through. Where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? No, they're stopping right there again. No, they're digging down. Oh boy, okay. Emergency stop. Push the big red button on that one. That almost went bad. As if they dig down there, that means they think this is the shortest route. And I don't want that. I want them to think this is the shortest route. Alright, I'm gonna have to put some more steel on top, I think. I wasn't really intending on this turning into a pathfinding experiment. I mean, I've done a lot of pathfinding in my time, a lot of videos on pathfinding as well. But now I'm really curious about how the digging AI works. Is it just that they're like, hey, here's underground, therefore stand on top and dig? Or is it still taking into account the same way that it like pathfinds everything else? It calculates like the block health and how like the time it would take to get there, and if it's faster to just dig or if it's faster to run. So maybe because it's just nothing but sand on top of me, they're like, hey, I can get through this because it's basically paper mache, and I have what is effectively like the big Tonka truck diggers for arms, and I can dig this shit up immediately, so I'll just dig down to it. Maybe that's what they're thinking. So if I put some more steel on top of this, I mean, I'm using steel for all this, obviously you're using a different material. Maybe like if the weaker the material you have, the further down you have to dig. Or maybe you should only really think about digging an underground base when you have stainless steel, because that's the only thing that's going to protect you. Or maybe just, you know, have all of this as wood, and maybe that will be enough HP. You're really going to have to do a lot of math here. You're going to have to go through and figure out, you know, the sand has 250, actually, what kind of health does the XP, what kind of HP does sand actually have? If I can get back to the surface, my speed is super low right now because it's easy to dig that way. Sand, oh my god, no wonder they came this way. Sand has 120 health. So if I'm only, what, maybe, let's say 10 blocks down? If that, maybe, well, let's take a generous estimation and say we're 20 blocks down. That's only like 2,400 HP. That is not a lot, but you consider like the steel blocks, was it like 10,000 I think on these ones? Yeah, 10,000. So 10,000 HP on those, 10,000 HP for the drawbridges as well. Clearly, the faster way down is through the sand, but I've placed enough of these stainless steel blocks, maybe that will change. I've gone maybe a little bit overkill, but I mean, you can't be too safe than sorry. I've put 3 extra layers of steel on top, because if each one's 10,000, that means that's 30,000 HP between me and the surface, and maybe, you know, a negligible amount, like 1,500 or something between there and the top as well. So, seriously, I'm thinking that the zombie should run all the way over there and come down the ramp to try and get me. I don't know. This is kind of my test. I'm thinking like surely there's enough HP there that the clear open way, the slightly longer but open way, would be the way that the zombies would want to go. I don't know, but that's what this test is for. So I'm going to sit right about here. That's a good spot for the camera. Run over here and just plonk myself down. Maybe actually in the tunnel might help. Boop, there we go. Put me there, get my gun out so that I'm ready for any, well, it doesn't really matter, I can't shoot anything from here anyway. So let's go day 14, and can I mean, I normally try and get to the start of the horde, but can I just like place the time in the middle of the horde, go, yep, boom, there we go. Sounds like I can, sounds like a bunch of Jeffreys have spawned. Come on, where are you? Can you come down here, please? I'm gonna shoot, get your attention, there we go. Oh, yes, they're coming down the ramp. Fuck yeah, boys! Okay, what happens if I what happens if I run across my drawbridge like this? What if I go over here? How does that fare? Can I just quickly kill all them? There we go. Make them spawn all over again. Stand here on the side of the drawbridge. There I am down there. Hello, you can see me. Where are all the zombies? Are you coming? Are you coming, please? Are you gonna try and dig to me, or are you gonna try and run down the ramp? I hear a white. I don't see a white. I'm getting blinded by my ring light. Wait for it. No, it looks like they're coming. No, they're going to the top. They're going to the top. Quick, stand over here. Okay, so if I stand on the concrete. No, still no. Interesting. So there's definitely like a limit to it. That if I stand over here, then they'll come and try and stand on top. But if I go just slightly forward, they'll take the ramp instead. So it's like 50-50. You're gonna need some more testing. Bring me some more zombies. Murder all of them. Bring me more. I need to know where the limits are. Alright, that was a good sign. The radiator was running towards staying on top of me. Realized there's another one going in now. It's like a cheerleader was running towards me. Realized that was the longer way. And 2 more turning right, yep, and going to the ramp. So that's the kind of thing that I wanted to test. I wanted to know if they would try and sit on top of me and dig, but now it seems as long as I'm in front of my drawbridge here, get rid of you, thank you very much, and get rid of you. As long as I'm in front of the drawbridge, they will path to me here, but they won't go across the drawbridges. So there's something up with the pathing on the drawbridge, which is fine. It just means that I have to figure out a good way to kind of figure out the rest of this base. As I was saying before, because this is going to be such a big build, I mean, I've been going for an hour and a half now, and I've only done this. So because it's going to be such a big build, I'm going to split this up into like 3 or so parts. I don't know, however many parts I need before it's done. And I'm fast approaching the end of the first part, but I want to actually get like something done for the end of it. So maybe I might like just finish off the garage at the end here, so I've got enough space for like my vehicles, and then maybe the entryway at the top, and then I might leave it there and come back and build the rest of it. Because I mean, there's so many parts to an underground base. There's the entryway, there's the defenses, there's the actual base itself, the living quarters, like, you know, the power, everything that goes into it. It's more than just building like a wall and a room on the surface. There's so much involved. I need to put another one over here as well. Another thing to think about here as well is like how do I want my garage to look? Do I want bays? Do I want just like one big room like I had over at the original castle over there? How do I want to build this? There's so many options, and as I've said before, I hate making decisions. That actually looks so cool. I made myself like a big, like wide, rounded bend because I was looking at the garage. I've decided to go with individual little cubicles for each kind of vehicle. And I was looking at this and I was thinking if this was just like one straight road with cubicles on either side, there is no way known I was going to get, especially like the 4x4, to get on like a hard right angle turn. Like the old 90-degree turn right here just wasn't going to happen. And there wouldn't be enough room for a 3-point turn. Plus, it looks super claustrophobic. And this is like my mansion. This is my underground underground man cave. It's huge and impressive, and I'm definitely not compensating for anything, so I needed something bigger and more fantastic. So I made this big, like, smooth curve, and I freaking love it. So I'll show you how to make it, because, I mean, I love it when you guys, like, watch what I do and then build your own. So, like, rather than just kind of skipping over it, I will show you what I used. And there's a whole bunch of different, like, blocks in this game that I generally don't kind of use, like the pillar caps, there's round corner tops, round corners, there's angles, wedges, like, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here, but I'm using steel wedges, or the wedge tips, and the ramps. All you gotta do is just kind of get in on here and just go on face and get it so you can exploit the angles that are built into it. That one goes there, and then I'm gonna have to go, is it on face on this one as well? No, it's not. No, easy, get it the right way. So the fat part is against the wall, just how you would normally think it would go. Come on, there you go, just like that. Put that one there, then you get the ramp and face it. Damn it, that was the one. I always overclick every single time. Come on, give it to me, baby. I will sing Spice Girls until I get what I need. That is the one. And then just continue that trend all the way along, and before you know it, you've got the makings of a nice smooth curve. You can even make this a barricade for a racetrack. It's that smooth. I kind of want to make an underground racetrack now. Should I make an underground racetrack, or is that just silly? It might be silly. I think it's silly. Oh, but I kind of want to. Imagine how cool that would be, having like racing through the tunnels in 4x4s. I mean, I don't have any friends, so I'm not sure how I would like actually have a race. You need other competitors to have a race, but that would be so freaking cool. There we go. I was talking long enough that things actually worked out for me. Then all you got to do, once you have the actual thing down the bottom, is just work your way up the wall, and before you know it, you have the makings of a really cool little bend. Oh, that's so good. I love making soft corners in a very 90-degree angle game. Put the last garage door on the last cubicle there. I can't wait for all the comments yelling at me to shut up when I'm building things and just get to the point. But like, when I'm watching something, well, when I used to watch stuff about how people built stuff, I wanted to know what they were thinking, because oftentimes, I know I'm guilty of it as well, they'll skip steps. They'll do something that they aren't talking about, and you'll just be like, wait, what the fuck did you just do? What was that thing? But if I found that if I could understand what they were thinking a bit better, then I'd have a better shot at interpreting what they were doing and figuring it out for myself. So therefore, I figure with you guys, it's best to just let you guys know what I'm thinking, so that you guys can figure out something if I didn't do it actually on screen. But getting away from that, I'm just looking at this now, and I'm thinking that I don't like how square the pillars in the middle are. I feel like, seeing as I've got this big rounded curve over here, I'll make another one on this side as well. I'll put the actual entry to my base in there. So you've got a nice big sweeping bend here, big sweeping bend there, and another one on either side going into the entryway, a nice big entryway for my base somewhere else. But I feel like in the middle here, I want something a little different. I'm going to utilize a block I haven't actually used on screen before. I did end up actually, you know what? I'll see if I can quickly show you. What I actually ended up doing with the Screamer pool base over here is I changed the entryway just a little bit to make it a little bit more reliable, so that zombies wouldn't come up and beat on the doors. And you can see that I've got the drawbridge here, which leads to the doors over there with the trap. But on the outside, I've got these cool blocks, these rounded corners, which I haven't used before, but I really quite like them. I like things that aren't straight edges, as you may have guessed by the fact I've said it about 17 times now. So I think in the middle here, if I can just get these new like rounded corner blocks and get them to face the right way like that, I can make like a cool little pillar in the middle. Yeah, just like that. There we go. I mean, that's pretty good. I like that. I did think about using like actual pillars, but I like that it... Oh, wait. Wait. Everybody stop. Should I move the garage doors back a little bit and get myself some arch blocks? Where the hell are the arch blocks? Arch blocks. This is why I put things in my inventory when I think I might need them, because otherwise then later on I can never find them again. There they are. Oh, I'm so sorry. That took me way too long. I guarantee a lot of you were looking at it going, Josh, they're right there. Just grab the other. You've gone over them like 7 times. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm just clearly, my eyesight isn't what it should be. No, that was the wrong block. So if I get this block and I go like, wait, I need it to actually sit properly. Like why won't you sit properly? Why won't you go the way I want you to go? Wait for it. Where is it? Come on. Give me the right fucking angle. There we go. If I go like that, and I accidentally got rid of the ones I needed, get that one back, and I go, just copy that one, I can't be arsed, like there. That's way sexier. Okay, I'm gonna have to move the garage doors back, am I? maybe not. Does that line up? No, it doesn't line up. It's not even close. Okay, move the garage doors back a little bit so that I can have this sweet, like, roly-poly shit going in and out of my base. That's so much better. I love that. That looks wicked. Yes! Just the finishing touches there. Look at that. That looks awesome. This place has come together so well. I mean, I've been building for like 2.5 hours now, so I'm gonna have to shut this down because I'm hungry as fuck. So I'm gonna get some Bunnings snags into me and some beers and whatever else I've got lying around. But like, that has turned out really well. For like one day's building, that's actually not that much. You'd think you'd get further along, but like, that's still a pretty decent effort. I would love to have, like, eventually when my fucking national broadband network, but the Australian NBN, which is an absolute farce, eventually when I get decent internet, I would absolutely love to do, like, building streams. Like, still have the episodes, but, like, do all this in, like, you know, a long stream form so that I can talk to you guys while I do it. Because I love building, but I love you guys. I just want to, like, mesh everything together. I want to get you guys and building and smush you together and make, like, a building you guys baby. Or whatever is a less weird way of saying that. But this is coming along super duper cool. So that will have to be the end of part 1 of the underground base build. We got a lot out of it. We got the entryway, well, some of the entryway. We got the double drawbridge. We got the garage. But more importantly, we figured out how to get the zombies to pathfind around and come down the actual entryway over there. I mean, I had a slight cave in, but that's okay. I can fill that back up. We should be pretty okay. But I'll have to come back and build some more of my underground base in another episode because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to all the patrons on Patreon who made this episode possible. If you like, smash the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter, but don't talk to you there first. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.